Hello, I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to take this opportunity to show you how to access the District's RTI website and some of the things that you may find useful on that website. I'll start here with the Eagle Lake Moodle site because it's probably one of the easiest ways to access the actual RTI website. If you go to the RTI section then on this Moodle site, you will find a link here for the ISD 77 Google site with resources. That takes you to the home page for the RTI site for Mankato Area Public Schools. And it has some overview information for RTI on there. What you would want to do is click on the For Educators tab. That's going to bring you to this page. This over here, this menu is the menu of the resources. What I recommend doing is starting at the RTI process and going to the RTI, the elementary RTI framework. That will give you the different forms they have for the RTI framework for elementary. It also keeps this menu then here available for you. Not going to dive too deeply into individual forms. I've done a screencast for the grade level problem solving team flowchart, and that gives you links to the forms that you need to work the problem solving process. But on here I wanted to show you that there's also decision making trees for placement in tier level of intervention and also for discontinuation. There is a timeline that you can look at, and then there are graphic organizers for initial placement into tiers. I did want to show you though a few things here. If you look here under Tier 2 resources, here's where you'll find specific interventions or specific resources for interventions for the 5 big areas for reading. So let's say you're struggling, had a student that was struggling with phonemic awareness. You would click on this, and then there are fidelity checks, but there are phonemic awareness interventions. And so there are actual scripts that you can use for phoneme blending, segmentation, there's rhyme, sound boxes, sound manipulation, syllable work. And so if you had a student that was showing on their DIBELS a deficit in this area, you may pick one of these and then provide that direct instruction, that direct intervention during the 30-minute RTI block that we have to use. So they have those for phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. There's also a detailing of check-in, check-out for elementary. And then something called structured consultation, which we haven't addressed yet at this building. But I know we have check-in, check-out functioning. And so that would be a resource for a Tier 2 intervention for behavior students. Right now there isn't a link on here for pbsworld.com, but there is on that problem-solving flowchart that I've done another screencast for. In terms of Tier 3 resources, they have a link for National Center on Intensive Intervention. They have, looks like some details for reading rockets, but they will, I think, build this capacity as time goes on. I think the intent is that this will be a growing resource and that people will give them feedback and they will increase the offerings, basically. I wanted to show you the link to the intent of the problem-solving process. And this really just details it in terms of what we try to do first is define the problem, then analyze the problem, develop and implement a plan, and then evaluate the plan. The intent is that this will be done at the grade level and then also at the building level. The difference between the grade level and the building level process is that at the building level process we intend that the interventions will be more intensive, probably related to time and resources, and at the building level we'll be able to access those, whereas the grade level you may be limited in terms of the things you can do time and resource wise. That's all I have. I hope you found that helpful, and I hope all is well.